Hello everybody, Carpentry 3. This is my third intro to this today. Carpentry 1, 2, and 3. Our new color zone, up the ante with our safety. So, green zone, yellow zone, red zone is what I'm going with. Green zone, check in with the instructor before you go to work and go to work. I'm going over to build a scale model, I'm going to do some staining, I'm going whatever, right? Green zone work. And you guys are Carpentry 3, so I'll make this quick. The green zones are our scale area. It's the pneumatic pin nailer, which is not as dangerous as a nail gun, but yet it is dangerous. But you guys are experienced with it. I'm not going to bother you with that. The drill presses, green zone, and the miter saws. Then we get into a yellow zone. That means you need to alert me that you've set something up, like you people now use the table saw. That's red zone for Carpentry 1 and 2. And it's going to hold as a red zone here for you guys for the rest of the year, only because I'm going to start documenting every time somebody uses that tool. It's going to be a clipboard. You're just going to sign your name. That way, I can show that we've been working and training. It wasn't like the person just walked up and used it, okay? That's the whole purpose of documentation when you're doing the training. That's how you guys are going to operate. You just check in with me, sign in, I check your thing, and we go. The yellow zone. This is going to be a green zone over here, by the way. I haven't had to sign up. This is the drill presses. Then we get into the yellow zone. The miter saw is basically it for now, okay? Like I said, for you guys, the table saw, yellow zone, right? Carpentry 1, 2, and 3 is still the yellow zone. And I need to remind everybody that we don't cut anything smaller than 11 inches, anything like that. If you need a 3-inch piece, you have to take a piece that's 15 or 16 inches and cut it, right? We're not, no small pieces here, 11. The rule, the 4 fingers, then your hand. You guys all know that. Turn on the dust collector before you make the cuts. Control the dust. You got something smaller, you can go over to the hand saws, as you know, the hand miter saws, right? Now we got the red zone, the band saw. The band saw for Carpentry 3 is a yellow zone again. You've all used it, you showed me, but now we need to document each use. So I'm going to ask you to just sign in, check in with me and all that. You know, I mean, you always tell me you're going to use it. I always check it, right? But then I walk away. The red zone, I'm telling the red zone for underclassmen that I have to be standing right next to them, okay? Until they document those 20 uses, show me they can do it. Some kids might never get signed off on that, right? Carpentry 1 student, that's what this is all about. Red zone, I have to be present. I've covered up the start thing for people who aren't used to the machine. They might not even know how to start it, and I want that. You know, you guys all know how to use it. But as I progress from freshman, Carpentry 1, Carpentry 2, the red zone, and then we have the thickness planer. This is a dangerous tool, but it's relatively safe in the fact that everything's housed. It's hard to get your hand involved unless you physically stick it past the entry point, and that can happen if you don't know what you're doing. Someone new to this could decide, oh, my piece is stuck, I need to reach in and grab it, right? Instead of going around to the other side and pulling it out. Again, you guys, Carpentry 3, it's tagged red right now. Let's treat it like red for the rest of the year. But you know, it's been a yellow zone for you guys. You let me know, tell me the setup, I check it and I walk away. But I'm not doing that anymore with Carpentry 2, and we're just going to stick with Carpentry 3. So I'm giving you a little bit of a mixed message here, but you guys are the seniors, so it's okay to do that. The others got the strict instruction to, I'm here, and that's the way it is. Again, a reminder, just fire is different, but I just want to remind everybody, where can we have a fire in the shop? Don't set this properly, try to take too much, board gets stuck, cause the friction, cause the fire, right? We know that. Obviously, we want to clear the dust away from all the machinery every day, but that's a hazard, that's a high hazard for a fire, if not used properly. The table saw, if we don't use the vac system, and sometimes the vac system could be going and we don't know that there's a clog and it's building up dust in the cabinet underneath. The hose lets go or something like that, can build that up, and then you could get combustion from turning on the spark of the machine or whatever, right? So this is a hazard for fire in our shop. Obviously our flammables are a hazard, so that's why they're in the lock cabinet. Our rag can that's out by the front door, anytime we use rags, they go in that. The steel barrels are for small cutoffs and dust. The larger steel barrels are for reusable materials that we can pick out and use again. And then the gray barrels are only for trash, everyday trash, your paper, your cups, whatever you got going. And at the end of the day, when we do a major sweep up, we can put the dust in here at the end of the day, but we take it out and get rid of it right away. End of the day cleanup, we can use a couple of these to go around if we push the envelope for time and we created a nice big mess, right? Now, I just want to point this out. I cover this up because the shop, we're always transitioning into things. And I've explained, you guys already know this, but I just want to get it on record, okay? I've explained to the underclassmen that sometimes our shop is in transition where we're working really hard and busy, and the day ends. Like right here, you see Carpentry 1. We cut up all their material for their step stool, right? And it's all here, and this has to be cut up for them. So I'm using the table saw as a bench, which means nobody's going to be using this as a saw, and you all know that, but I'm just explaining it to them that you wouldn't see me come over and use this until this is cleared away and all of that. I started this year, as you guys know, to make my guests happy who come in and don't know what a real working shop looks like, and they think it's a mess. And if I cover this up pretty, like when you make your bed, in the morning, everybody comes in, your room looks nice and clean, right? You stuff everything in the closet, and then you make your bed, it looks nice and clean, right? Same thing. We've got everything stuffed away. This keeps the freshmen away from touching it, while I'm not looking. I cover up the bandsaw here, the sander over there, and then I cover this area with the material. Again, I shouldn't have to do this, but I do it to appease people who are coming in and get it. It's a refresher and to get me geared up for my underclassmen. So I've bored you seniors enough with this, so carry on. Everybody stay safe, okay?